We're here at the Open Mobile Summit with Manish Chandra. He's the CEO of Poshmark, and Manish, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for inviting me.
Well, first of all, give us just a quick nutshell about your vision for the company and what Poshmark does.
So Poshmark is a mobile marketplace for fashion, primarily focused on women's fashion. We're on a journey to really become the best place to buy and sell fashion.
Okay. Well, and the way it's done is people are buying and selling clothes out of their own closets, right?
Yes, so women essentially take their phone, their iPhone, their Samsung, their Nexus, and take a few photos out of their closets, and voila, they have created a listing. And then our platform provides shipping and payments and a lot of the sort of the infrastructure services so that they can buy and sell and not have to worry about all the details of commerce.
So how do you make this easier than, say, an eBay? There's Craigslist, there's lots of ways to buy and sell your own stuff. It's not a revolutionary idea, so what is it that makes your company stand out that's making it gain traction?
I think we thrive on two principles, simple and fun. So the simplicity comes from the fact that you can do everything, buying, selling, shipping, payments, all on your phone. So literally within a couple of minutes you can create a listing. When you create a listing, we send you shipping labels, you can ship with ease. We provide credit card processing, payment processing. When the payment is processed, we send you the money, deposit it in your bank account. We take care of first line of customer service. So everything that you have to deal with is already done for you.
All right, let's talk about a little bit more about the search versus discovery, right? This is sort of how people are finding it. First of all, I guess, how do they, aside from word of mouth for your company, how are people discovering Poshmark, and then are you able to use in turn that data to help you market to other people?
So word of mouth is one of the biggest things for
Sure.
Poshmark. People share, so they'll share on Facebook, they'll share on Pinterest, they'll share on Instagram, and other people discover through that. People will invite their friends, and that was actually one of the things that provided us with the data to launch our Android app, because we started to see half the invites landing on an Android device. So just a couple of days back, we launched our Android app finally.
And you are a mobile company. I mean,
We are mobile. Yeah, we're a mobile company. Everything happens on your phone.
Everything happens
or
on
your
the phone.
iPad.
Yeah, and it starts when, and I guess you can use the camera on either
Or
device.
either of the two
and
devices,
so
yeah.
it all takes place there essentially. Talk to us about search versus discovery, though. I mean, how things are evolving and how that's working for you, because people are, they're not going out to search for a dress or a new suit necessarily, or maybe they are, but they don't know exactly what they're looking for, or do they know when they get there? Like, how has this search discovery paradigm changed with your business?
So one of the interesting things that's happening on mobile is that the experience typically is you press a button, something opens up, and it has to provide you with something that's delightful, that's interesting, that's engaging. You may explore a little bit, come back, close the app, come back and open the app. So that whole iterative process of discovery has to scale up. The second thing is, if you go back to desktop and look at how search works on desktop, it's a very different experience. So if you think of search on desktop, it provides both search and discovery. When you look at mobile, you still have search, so you still go to Google and search for stuff, but discovery has fundamentally become part of applications. When you talk at a space like Poshmark, which is fashion, fashion is fundamentally discovery-centric, because if you look at women's fashion, women are typically shopping for an event, like a wedding, like a date, prom, what have you, and the general notion of what they're going to wear can be completely changed through the process of discovery. So we had to create new paradigms and new approaches to facilitate discovery, and that's been some of the core innovation we've done over the last year or so.
So how are you scaling discovery?
So one core thing in Poshmark is social. So when you come, you connect with people, people form the heart of Poshmark, and what you see is a social feed, kind of like what you see on Facebook, except this happens to be a feed of items that you can just purchase. So it could be a dress, it could be a pair of shoes, it could be a handbag, ring, jewelry. The second thing we created are special kind of real-time events, which are virtual shopping parties. So women are literally gathered around, tens of thousands of them across the country, several times a day, and in real time they're buying and selling.
Now, how do you incent them to all come at the same time?
We just literally send them an invite and they show up. The big
Are there
thing,
deals, better price cuts or anything? Or?
There's two things that happen around that time. One is each party has a theme. So the theme could be a specific set of brands, Rebecca Minkoff, Louis Vuitton, or it could be a set of collections like beautiful jewelry or fashion trends. The second thing is because people are present, you can get your questions answered faster, people may offer specific incentives, so transactions just happen faster. And the third thing is also an opportunity to meet new people, because normally you're sort of hanging around with your normal set of followers and following. This is a time to discover new people and new sellers and new buyers.
So, what are the demographics here? I mean, you think about it in terms of generations. You know, I think about, you know, my mom probably is not going to be a customer. My
You'd
wife,
be surprised.
Well, maybe. My wife would be probably open to it, but you could see, you know, the younger generations adopting it much more,
of course,
you know, readily. Because they haven't had as many years of going to this shop and touching and feeling. Does that tactile experience, how do you replicate that? Or is the younger generation not expecting it maybe as much as those?
I actually think that the touchscreen in mobile offers a visceral feeling of touch. And then the second thing with fashion that has happened is access and immediacy is something that mobile provides as well. So essentially, if you think of, you're not going to your laptop, the fashion is coming to your handbag where the phone is. So you could be relaxing on a chair, pull out your phone, and while you're chatting with a friend, you can just switch back to Poshmark, shop a little bit, go back. You could be in a restaurant waiting for your boyfriend to show up, and boom, you can shop right then and there. Or you could be sort of at the hairdresser waiting for your haircut, and suddenly a party starts and you can go actually start selling right then and there. So that immediacy and universality and sort of 7x24 creates an immersive experience. And the result is that our average active user in Poshmark spends somewhere between 20 to 25 minutes a day in the app, and she opens the app 7 to 10 times a day. So this is a very active community.
It is an active community. How's the adoption rate? Did you find you had a lot of early adopters and is slowing down? Is it starting to pick up? And I guess the next question from that also is are you expanding?
So just to give you a couple of data points, just in the last 10 months of this year, we've grown 11x from last year.
In terms of users or
in
revenue?
In terms of users, revenues, inventory, everything. Today, women upload over $1 million of inventory a day in the platform, which is roughly a run rate of $300 to $400 million a year.
Wait, and that's your revenue?
That's our inventory.
Inventory, okay.
And then the other interesting thing about the platform is that we have so far just been on iPhone and in United States and only on women.
Right.
Right. So we're just launching Android a couple of days back. So that's our sort of, you can think of it as like, why are they doing Android now, 2 years later? But it's a major phase of opportunity of expansion for us. Then international expansion is next, and then potentially certain, we haven't announced yet, and then potentially certain key categories that we might also expand fashion into.
Interesting, and might you expand beyond fashion? I mean, you certainly could see one area that's very hot at this is wearables, right? I mean, and that's exactly where fashion and technology are meeting. And that would seem to be sort of a natural for...
Wearables have a lot of synergy with what we are doing. And you can certainly see women wearing or engaging with devices in a way that gives them more immediacy and more access to fashion. So it's certainly an area that we are looking into.
So with mobile, it's definitely making it easier to buy and sell and sort of redefining what you might pay for something. You're getting a deal here. That brings people in the door. What keeps them coming back, though? Or I guess they don't have to go through the door, but keeps them coming to your app. What keeps them coming back?
I think mobile, that ease of access, that convenience, and that sort of the fun element that we have, as well as constant changing inventory, and then the foundation of Poshmark, which is community, people's engagement, interactions with each other. An average item in Poshmark can get 7 to 8 likes and comments through its life cycle.
Very good. Well, Manish, thanks so much for joining us.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure. Thank you.